Hello there guys, and welcome to this special video today looking at Championship Manager 0102, possibly one of the most addictive games to ever be released. Today I'm going to go over with you some of these absolute gems that were on this game at the very beginning that sort of caught our attention. Now the reason why I'm doing this is, this channel is focused on Championship Manager 0102, and there are a few people out there who are coming back to it or even new to it because of its simplicity. When you compare it to Football Manager nowadays, this is phenomenal. It is easy, it is simple, and here are a few players that you could possibly use to build your squad even in the lower leagues. Now you look down here and you see the value of these players. It's next to nothing. It really isn't. And what I've done here is I've put them in position. So we're going to go through each one and just look at them very quickly and just talk about why they are phenomenal. Okay, so the first one in goal from AEK Athens is this man here, Chiotis. I haven't scouted him yet, so I haven't got all the attributes of him, but this goalkeeper is absolutely phenomenal. Now, he only costs £40,000, which is a pittance. By the end of it, when you come in to put a bid, maybe about 250 he goes for in the end. This next one I was only introduced recently to, Pinheiro. I don't know if I'm saying him right there. This guy is brilliant, and he's really good actually for starting out in a lower league game. So if you're someone like I bought him, I think I bought him for Russian and Diamonds, he is a really good keeper who will benefit your squad. This Radol, he is another one, 20 years old. You can see his stats for a 20-year-old. He's got 9 caps for Romania, 425 grand. He is the most expensive on this page at the moment, which says a lot about the bargains that we're going through today. Saeed, now this is phenomenal. Now, the most OP position within Championship Manager 0102 is a defensive midfielder, and he fits this bill absolutely perfectly. 21 years old, 20 caps, 3 goals for Egypt, and he only gets better. He's 160 grand. Now you do have to pay a bit more than 160 grand for this guy. They won't let him go incredibly cheap, but he is well worth it. The next one, pretty much everyone knows this, Mike Duff, probably the best fullback that you could find on the game for 14 grand. It's unbelievable. I mean, very rarely do you pay a 6-figure sum for this player. It's pretty much always a 5-figure. So he is a bargain buy, and one that I definitely recommend that you get. Teddy Lucic is the next one from AIK, sorry, should I say. And he's 28, he's a little bit older. 70 grand though, when you think of it. Proven, he's been to all these clubs when you look at it, so he's got some experience there, and for that price and for that age as well, with 38 caps for Sweden and still only being 70k, is a really good buy. The next one, this man, I can never say his name, Isaak Okoronkwo, don't know if I'm saying it right. Look at this guy's stats. He's Nigerian, he's 23 years old, he's 65 grand. You're gonna pay a little bit more for him, but he is going to be worth it. He can play anywhere in your defence. Defender right, left, centre. He can play any position that you need him to play. Normally what they do, and it's the same with another player that we're going to look at, everyone knows who he is, Aghahowa. Because they've hardly got any time left on their contracts, what they will do is they'll offer him a new contract, and within that contract there will be a clause. And within that clause it might say that they have to accept a £250,000 bid. And that's when you swoop in to get them. But you must make sure that you do, because he is absolutely phenomenal. Olympiacos don't half have some gems. I think this is the only one that I've put in though from Olympiacos, but they do have a lot of phenomenal players which you can buy. A little bit more expensive though. They like their money. So he's 500 grand at the moment. You can see he's tied down on his contract till 2005. He's an incredibly good player, and you look at this again, it's that defensive midfield role that we're talking, and he is a really good player for that as well, for holding that midfield and keeping it sturdy. This next one is another one that I was just introduced to. Again, another defensive midfielder. You look at the stats of some of these players. 23 years old. We don't know. I don't even know what this team is. He's 140 grand. Okay, that is unbelievable. For the stats that you've got there and for what he could possibly turn into over this game, it is brilliant. Everyone knows this one, Taribo West. He's always on a free at the beginning of this game. He has so many teams going for him. Obviously, he was at Derby on loan, he was at Inter before that, and AC Milan. And he is a really good defender if you want somebody, if you don't want to pay for somebody. Now, obviously, you're going to have to pay for his wages. He's not going to be cheap, but he is a really good one to start off with, and it saves you a bit of money. This next one, Klomp, again, I haven't got his attributes up at the moment because I need to scout him. He is a very good defender as well. He's a young defender. He's 22. You can see there he's already playing in that first team since 1996, which is a brilliant, which is a great use of experience already. 350 grand this time. There's always tricky. There's always a tricky complication with Klomp in the sense that, you know, they always try and get a little bit more money, but that's completely fine because of his age. If we go on the next page now, another one from Shakhtar, and Dai, absolutely amazing. 26-year-old, again, he can play in the centre of defence, all that defensive midfield role. 37 caps for Senegal, 95 grand at the moment. He's tied on a contract till 2004, but he is a really, really good player to go for. Next one is Fredrik Risp. I remember buying him when I first played this game, thinking, what a bargain. Later on, as I've come through this game, I've noticed that a lot of people in the forums on Championship Manager are saying that this guy is phenomenal, and he really is. For 26 grand as well, he is really, really good. I don't know what happened there with these 2 seasons. I don't know whether he was injured or something like that. I have no idea, but there's no records to show what he was doing. He's a good player. The next one, this is just a random one that I found, and because he obviously used to play for Manchester United, Park Ji-sung here. 20-year-old Park Ji-sung, defensive midfielder again. I've never bought this guy, but you could just tell straight away. 525 grand. Okay, they may ask for a little bit more, but that's something that I'm willing to try with. The next one for me is the best central midfielder that you will ever come across on this game, Mark Kerr. When I say the best to ever come across on this game, I mean for the price that you'll get and for where he's come from. For someone that's come from Falkirk, from Division 1 in Scotland, he is absolutely phenomenal. You need to scout him first. There'll be a few teams coming in for him. Again, he's another one that needs his contract renewing, and within that contract there is usually a stipulation that gives him a buyout clause, which you definitely need to take advantage of. Next one, another absolute legend, Aghahowa, 19 years of age, already 9 caps for Nigeria, 6 goals. He is phenomenal. I always play him in that attacking midfielder role. I never play him up front. I always play him behind the strikers. He will go for a little bit more than what is on there. It looks like a bargain in 130 grand. He normally goes for just over $1 million normally within this game. The next one, he is another one actually that I come across later on in the game rather than when I first started it. I'm going to call him Kennedy because I can't say his second name, from Hammarby. This guy is really good. You can see he's got 17 flair as well, which means that he's dribbling 16. For that attacking midfield role as well, the same as Aghahowa, he comes across as a really good option. Just £40,000 as well is what it costs you, which is nothing. Next one is a free transfer. I was sort of told about this guy. When I first bought him, I didn't really think he was that good, but I think if you are a good team, his development obviously comes much better in time. It's a 16-year-old Kieran Richardson. Obviously we know Kieran Richardson from his days at Manchester United and West Brom, but he is there on a free transfer just like Taribo West. The next one is Selikovic. He is a very, very good player, another attacking midfielder. We've just got these phenomenal players that you can see that are just less than $1 million in terms of their worth, which are just amazing. Another one, Tonton Zola from Derby. This guy's a legend on the game, 17 years old. He progresses into an absolutely wonderful player. Again, his contract is since 2002, which basically means they need to renew it as soon as possible, which means there'll probably be a stipulation within there to buy him. The next one, this is one that I haven't actually come across yet, so I'm scouting him, but I would recommend that you do scout this guy. I don't know too much about him, but he is one that I've read about that people rave. So keep an eye out for him and search his name. I'm going to leave it up there a little bit just so you can actually spell it right, because I was trying to spell it before and I couldn't really get it out. Next one, Lee Chun-soo. This bloke has come up so many times on my videos with people telling me to buy him. 19 years old, South Korean, 9 caps, 2 goals. He's a striker. You can see there his stats are really good for a 19-year-old, and they're only going to get better over time, which is really good. It's a shame on this game that there's no There's no income based on where, like the continents and things like that, because there's a couple of players here from the continent of Asia, which would be really good to promote out there. It's a shame that the game didn't do that, but again, it's its simplicity of this game that makes it what it is. It is amazing. Right, let's move on. Only a couple left. João Paiva, another one. Free transfer again. So that's 3 that we've had there now that are free that you can start from straight away. He's already a wanted player, 18 years old. He's a good striker, you know. He's someone who will not necessarily come in straight away and do the job, but, you know, he's there to do it. Cherno Samba. You think of Championship Manager 0102, you think of Cherno Samba, 16-year-old from Millwall, 450 grand, it expires in 02. Normally they manage to get him on a good contract where there isn't a clause on it, which is pretty good in terms of them from Millwall, but he normally goes for quite a high price. There's as well Paul Eiffel, sorry, he was another one on there that was quite good, and Tim Cahill as well, a young Tim Cahill, 21 years of age. He's not too bad, but they're going to go for a little bit more money. We've saved the best to that last, really. I mean, these last 2 players are Championship Manager 0102. First one is Tomadera, £6,000. An absolute bargain. Doesn't matter that his contract is till 06. These guys will sell him to you straight away. If you're at a lower league and you have the funds to get this guy, he will get you promotion on his own. He is that good. And the really good thing about Madeira is that a lot of good teams don't come in for him straight away. They sort of hold back and they sort of see how he progresses as the game goes through. That's what I've noticed, and that's what is really good. Now, if we move on to the other one, which is Maxim, he is another phenomenal player. I've noticed that you see here, you've got Monaco as well. I'm playing as Dortmund, by the way, that's why Dortmund are interested. Monaco are in for him. There are more people who will go in for Maxim than Madeira. He is phenomenal, Maxim, on this game. I'm not going to lie, he's brilliant. If you have the funds to get this guy and Tomadera up front, you are laughing. It's basically the game is over and there's no point in anyone else playing it because they are absolutely phenomenal. So that is it, guys. They are my top players. Hopefully it's brought back some nostalgia to you as well, in the fact that you've seen all these players over time. And if you haven't downloaded the game and you used to play it when you were a kid like myself, please go and download it. It is so worth it. The nostalgia that you get playing this game again. And you know what? It's simple. I said it before, its simplicity is what gives it its edge over other games. This is, to me, is the best Championship Manager or Football Manager, whatever you want to call it, that has ever existed. Very close to 97, 98, which you can also download for free now, by the way. You just need a DOS box to do that. It is brilliant. You will lose your life in this game, but let me tell you something, it is worth losing, because you will just sit there and you will realise that this game just takes over yourself, and I absolutely adore it. It's brought back something in me that I didn't think was there. So guys, that is the video. If you like this video, please remember to like it. Please remember to subscribe, because this channel is mainly focused on Championship Manager 0102. I'm trying to get that across. It is a very small niche on YouTube, Championship Manager 0102. So if you guys enjoyed this video and you want to see more uploads of this, we do walkthroughs, we do Road to Glories, we do everything on this channel based on Championship Manager 0102. Okay guys, thank you for watching. Please hit that subscribe button, please hit that like button, and I'll see you guys later.